What is going on, everyone? This is College Football on JABO, where we take a look at all the college ball this past weekend, even the stuff that is just a bit outside. I'm your host, Brendan Bryan. Another crazy week in college football. 5 ranked teams lost this past weekend. 3 of those losses were against other ranked opponents, but that still left us with 2 ranked upsets. Let's first turn our attention to number 11 South Carolina, at home mind you, got blown out 31-7 by, I guess this is a sustained thing now, Vanderbilt. Vandy is now dandy.
I'm a dandy too.
Why, you sure are, little sport.
Our next ranked upset came from an ACC conference game between the number 12 Clemson Tigers at Georgia Tech. I'm going to state it again. If the Troy game wasn't an indication of how this Tigers team is going to turn out this year, here's your physical proof. For most of the game, the Yellow Jackets blew out the Tigers, but Coach JABO Sweeney dragged this team kicking and screaming into a winning position, which was undone by a crazy last-second Georgia Tech 55-yard field goal sequence that won them the game, breaking a 9-game losing streak to the Tigers. We also saw number 5 Miami at home blow out number 18 USF. Not a shocker, but that Bulls team still looks pretty darn good. Number 16 Texas A&M didn't choke on the road against number 8 Notre Dame, who themselves choked the win away. What a weird topsy-turvy turnaround there. Finally, number 15 Tennessee at home took on the number 6 Georgia Bulldogs in a great freaking game. Tennessee was in control of this game until Georgia charged back in the fourth to tie it, and all Tennessee had to do was to kick a field goal to win. And then they got a penalty. Then they missed the field goal. Then they lost in first overtime. Tennessee is certainly a rocky top. No cushion for their fall.
Well, this sucks.
We also have some notable struggle wins this past weekend. Let's start things off with Charlotte and Ball State, who held on to barely beat FCS schools. Representing the group schools proudly, boys. Number 14 Iowa State should have lost on the road against Arkansas State. The Red Wolves got robbed, man, like how Gus Malzahn robbed Auburn of literally everything. Remember, Florida State, his bus is on your campus now. Speaking of Auburn, here they are. Oh, come on, Auburn, not again. Who struggled against South Alabama. Honestly, the Tiger Eagles are lucky this game wasn't much closer than it was, and it does not bode well for them entering conference play next week. Wait, not another SEC team struggled this week. Number 7 Texas struggled against UTEP? What's going on? I thought you were back from embarrassing yourselves. Don't tell me, another SEC team struggled this weekend? Kentucky struggled against Eastern Michigan? Boy, better be happy basketball season is just around the corner. We also had some good underdog winners this past weekend. Tulane beat Duke to remain undefeated. Not bad. Good win for a playoff push. Delaware gets their first win against an FBS school as an FBS school against UConn. Old Dominion just blew the doors off Virginia Tech. I didn't see that coming either. And neither did Virginia Tech's head coach. Yeah, he fired. He gone. Finally, North Texas eviscerated Washington State. Man, the Cougars have entered the dark times. Also, if you missed them, there were some other pretty good games, like Ole Miss versus Arkansas, West Virginia versus Pitt in the backyard brawl, and LSU versus Florida, which, first off, LSU, you need both an offense and a defense to win games. You can't have just one. In Florida, 5 interceptions, your pain is funny to me. As for my Troy Trojans, I don't want to talk about it. Goose is down.
Oh no!
Just like last year in Top Gun, except no Tom Cruise and Iceman is going to save the day. The only points we scored were by the defense. Yeah, it's going to be a long season. Off to Buffalo next, I guess. Looking at the best cameos in college football, we had a few. First, at the Backyard Brawl, many a West Virginia fan had a shirt with some expletives directed towards Pitt. You know the one. We also had man with chicken on head at the Arkansas State game. I wish it was a real chicken, but peckers can't be cluckers. Honorable mention to the world's drunkest college girl at the LSU game, facing the wrong way, hair undone in her face, drinking shitty beer for church service hangover on Sunday. There's some slam poetry for you. However, the winner for best cameo this week has to go to the mysterious Teletubby, possibly alien, at the Notre Dame game. He stuck out like a sore thumb all game, probably what distracted the kick holder, but we never got a good look at him. From the proportions and using scientific analysis and methods such as looking at it real close, alien is less likely due to the costume's bulk. So I'm guessing it's the bright green Teletubby Dipsy. The rankings after week 3, we have South Carolina, Clemson, and South Florida drop from the rankings, while Tennessee and Notre Dame remained ranked? I don't know about that one, Chief. Oregon dropped 2 spots from 4th to 6th. I couldn't tell you why either. Auburn, FSU, and Iowa State got moved up in the rankings. Okay. Georgia Tech, Vanderbilt, and USC are now ranked, which I think is generally good. But I do think BYU, Tulane, and Mississippi State probably deserve to be ranked instead of Tennessee, Notre Dame, and USC. But hey, that's the way it is, man. Alright, looking ahead to week 4 of college ball, we have 3 ranked matchups, a trifecta. First off, we have number 17 Texas Tech at number 16 Utah, a battle for Big 12 supremacy early in the year. I like Utah by 3. Next, we have number 22 Auburn at number 11 Oklahoma, and if you watched Auburn's most recent game, Sooners by 10. Finally, we have number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana. Both really good playoff and Big Ten dark horses. I'm taking the Fighting Illini by a score. We also have other good games to keep an eye on. Undefeated Tulane versus number 13 Ole Miss, trap game. We also have number 21 Michigan visiting undefeated Nebraska, trap game. Florida at number 4 Miami, trap game. Arkansas at Memphis, you know what I'm going to say.
It's a trap!
We also have South Carolina at number 23 Missouri, number 25 USC versus undefeated Michigan State, Iowa versus Rutgers, SMU versus TCU, West Virginia versus Kansas, Apple Bowl time with Washington versus Washington State, and Arizona State versus Baylor. A lot of good matchups to keep an eye on. Finally, we have another chapter in the Nico, I'm not even going to pronounce that last name, Karma Gotti. Or did he want a Lambo? Doesn't matter now. This week, the quarterback of the UCLA Bruins got blown out at home again, this time to the New Mexico Lobos, throwing what is becoming tradition, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. His total for the year is 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 51.3, and an 0-3 record. Nico has an off week this upcoming weekend to reflect, to ponder, and for his coach to be fired after an 0-3 start. That is not his fault, but karma knows not what is fair and just, but only what needs to be served. And for that, we should say thanks again to the Karma Train. Well, there you have it, everyone. Another week of college football in the books. Let me know your thoughts on college football in the comments below. Thanks for listening to this edition of College Football on JABO. I've been your host, Brendan Bryan.